All right, hey everyone, welcome into another edition of Say Plays. My name is Jose Bouquett. Thank you guys for coming in bright and early on a Sunday morning. Apologies about the early start. Let's get right after it. Players only meeting today. Just me on the show. Very frustrating few weeks, as everyone knows on the show and have been watching. Up 25 units at one point. I didn't get to update my record on screen here today, unfortunately. Sorry, guys. So I will tell you guys now, I'm officially down 1.7 units on the year now. Very frustrating few weeks I've had here. And I'm not sure why or what has changed in the capping process, unfortunately. But we're going to still keep our nose to the grindstone. But I'm going to tell you guys now this. This shit is not sustainable the way it is. You know, we have to win. We have to come through here and we have to win. We have to figure out a way to stop these skids when they've happened, because everyone knows that this has been like my Achilles heel for the last few years. So we're going to stop the skid. It has to happen. If we can't stop this skid, then there's going to be changes made. And I'll tell you, I fucking won't be around capping baseball anymore because it just can't be done anymore. So I can't wait to talk about these games. I have a few bets already written up. Going to lock them in during the show, most likely. Going to have a good time talking about all these with you guys. We have to get it all under or about an hour in. So let's start rocking here and pulling up my odd sheet, or my bet sheet, I should say, as we speak here. And let's get right after it here. Let's pull up the markets. And maybe I've been too reliant on the markets as well. It's obviously a fair criticism people could have here. But we'll see how this shit turns around here soon. All right, let's get after it. Thanks, everyone, for joining. Andrew G, bright and early. Justin McKelvey dropping his stacks play of the day. Luis Ariz again. Shout out to you, Justin. Troy, nice to see you in the chat. Bo Jackson. Yeah, Troy, it is 100% a fucking must win there. Stephen Harrison, goated. Phil the Kill. Kelly, nice to see you as well. Yeah, we need to, this is a day we need to lock in, ladies and gents. So no jokes, no frills. Let's just cap this fucking car and let's get after it, guys. Want to hear your plays in the chat as always. And let's fucking do this, because we cannot be struggling here. We cannot do it anymore. 24 units down the drain cannot happen. So let's get after it. Game one. Red Sox Cardinals here in the first Roku game of the season. Just replace Peacock and all that good stuff, et cetera, et cetera. I don't really want to get into that. Obviously, it doesn't really matter, but it's an early game here at 1 for you East Coasters, 12 for Central Timers. Matthew Libertador, lefty, against Nick Pivetta. Pivetta, third start coming off the IL. Have some confidence in him here to pitch well. And the Red Sox have lost 2 already to the Cardinals. They got swept to the Cardinals. That'd be an ugly, ugly sight to see. I'll tell you that. But I'll tell you, I do have the faith in the Red Sox here today. But the play that I'm locking in here officially is going to be the under. Full game under in this game. We've talked about the Red Sox struggles against lefties before. Matthew Libertador, not the best lefty, a little worrisome that he's the guy going out here. He's been a reliever mostly all year this year. I think this will be now his second start consecutively, so that makes me feel a little better about backing an under here. Excuse me. He has had 2 starts this year. This will be his third. His last appearance was a start, like I mentioned, 3 1/3, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, and a home run against the Los Angeles Angels. But we've talked all year about how I don't think the Red Sox can hit lefties. So I'm on the full game under here, minus 120, 8.5 here. Under 8.5, minus 120 there. I just don't think these teams are going to be good offensively. I think Pivetta shoves, and I do think the Red Sox win. Market in this game, 47% of the bets and 71% of the money on the Red Sox here. Line opened up. Let's go full game because I had first 5 up for a second. This line opened up at minus 112. It's up to minus 115 at Bet Online and minus 118 at Bovada. That is up from a minus 115 opener there. So not much movement on them, but I do think the Red Sox win. And I do think this is an under game. So I'm on the under as well. Ram, nice to see you as well. My guy, I can't confirm I did smoke before this, but my eyes, I guess, are more open today than usual. So I'm sorry to disappoint you there, Rem, but nice to see you. Let's go White Sox, Yankees. Everyone knows where I'm leaning towards here. Truthfully, I don't feel like I should have the right to bet against the minus 300s as I've been doing so poorly, as everyone knows here. But the minus 300 fade is what it is, and I'll keep fading these minus 300s. We won on the last one. That was nice. It was a no sweat 7-0 winner with the Reds, I believe it was. But it's a little concerning, obviously, with the White Sox. They're particularly bad, and everyone knows what I think about the Yankees, especially Rodon. And I believe, let's look up real quick, because the White Sox against lefties are particularly putrid. I believe as well. Let's check out specifically this month to start off. Weighted runs created plus wise, the White Sox are 27th this month against lefties, 62 weighted runs created plus. And of course, they're going up against a good one. So we'll see. 96% of the bets, 98% of the money on the Yankees here. Line opened up at minus 300, has gone up to minus 310, but is around 300 for most places. And totals wise here, 81% of the bets and 79% of the money on the over in this game. And it's not moved much on the total. Open at 8, minus 110 each way. We've got 2 cents of movement really as well. So everyone knows I'll be on White Sox full game. Like, I'm getting plus 270. But it's one of those things where I'm gonna feel like a fucking idiot if I lose this bet again. Not again, but if I lose this bet and of how bad I've been going, it'll be a little annoying. But I just got to keep betting them. So full game money line for me plus 270. First versus a second play on the card there, first side on the card. So let's keep it rolling here. Let's hope for a minus 300 fade success here. As well. And shout out to the Orioles. I didn't watch a second of the game. I was busy last night, unfortunately, playing volleyball. But yeah, I'm excited for Game 7. It's going to be fun, and obviously I'll be rooting for Vancouver, so I can't wait. A part of me getting my ass kicked last night as well was taking the Vancouver Canucks, so not fun. All right, Seattle, Baltimore Orioles, a great matchup in a very, very confusing market for me, guys. I mean, I don't know. Because I know there's other websites that provide splits. Who knows how reliable they are, etc. I like Action the best. But according to Action, and out of 4,816 bets, 99% of the bets and 98% of the money are on the over in this matchup. That made 0 sense to me with both of these excellent pitchers on the bump. We got a 7.5 juice to the under, and it did go down, or it has gone down, I should say, to a 7 across the board here. Bovada opened this up at a 7, juice to the over. It is now 7 minus 115. Bet Online had the 7.5. Bookmaker here opened this up at a 7.5 minus 115 to the under. It has now a 7 at even money there. I just can't believe that people are betting over in this game. This seems like such an easy under game here. So it's just crazy to me. It's just I can't believe it that we're all in the over. Justin, I'm just betting the Canucks every game because I'm trying to support and be a fan of them. I faded, not really faded, but I was on the opposite side of Jimmy on the other game as well. But I do have a McDavid jersey, and I do like the Oilers. I'm just rooting for my papa here as well. And yeah, I am Ram. I am a sellout. I'm a sellout. I want Ella to go to the championship parade here as well. But yeah, I didn't bet it as a full unit. So it wasn't as bad as it could have been, but it was a little annoying, yes, that the Canucks didn't even show up. But Game 7, it'll be okay. I'll keep riding. So, but yeah, back to this game. Under is what I thought here. I was surprised. Maybe it's too obvious. I don't know. But I'm gonna move on the under game in this game. Full game under 7 minus 105. And if I have too many plays on my card, this would probably be the first one I cut. Meaning, I guess I don't feel the best about this one now. But I just find it crazy that we got 99% on the over in this game, and I've got two excellent pitchers on the bump. Orioles offense scares me, sure, but I still think it's just nuts to me. So under full game for me on this game under 7 minus 105 for me. All right. Let's keep going to our next game, our fourth game on our slate, Washington Nationals, Philadelphia Phillies. You guys, it's tough to bet a minus 200, obviously. So we'll start off with Nationals or pass. I like both pitchers. Nola has been pitching pretty well. He's got his bag, and now he's just kind of cruising along. But Trevor Williams is kind of the guy that I'm sure everyone is more interested in this matchup. He has continued to pitch really well. Now, he hit a little bump last time out against the White Sox. He had 3 runs, only 1 earned, though, in 5 innings. He's just been giving you 5 innings, 1 run, 0 runs basically every time, and he's been solid. So shout out to Trevor Williams. I don't want to back him here. It's a tough opponent, and Nola's very good, obviously, as well on the other side. So this was a pretty easy pass for me, unfortunately. Nola's last start, we'll mention it real quick. His last start, 9 innings shut against the New York Mets. I don't really want to back a pitcher coming off of a 9-inning shut performance, truthfully. 8 Ks, no walks as well. His last 2 starts, 8 Ks, no walks, 7 Ks, no walks. So command is dialed right now for him. But, yeah, I just don't want to back the Nationals here. So I stayed off. Markets real quick. 94% of the bets, 94% of the money on the Phillies here. I think that's crazy. Opened up at minus 225. Still there at Bet Online. Opened up at minus 245 at Bovada, and it is still there as well. So definitely lean Nationals here. Total real quick. 94% of the bets, 92% of the money on the over in this game. I guess this total opened up at a juice under 7.5 minus 120, and it's now starting to even out here. You're starting to see minus 110 each way. So I can see it, I guess, but no action. I'd probably lean under, honestly, but like I said, no action for me there. Next game, and a game that I am betting, of course, because Alek Manoah on the bump again. Alek Manoah, congratulations to him. He had a very, very impressive start last time out. I obviously bet against him that time. We still won a full game, which was nice. But he went 7 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, none of them earned. 6 Ks, 1 walk, and a home run there. He was cruising for a long time. He had 70 pitches in like the 6th or 7th inning. I was very impressed. However, I look at him in the face and I tell him to do it again. I don't believe that he'll do it again, consecutively at least. I'll be very interested in watching this start here as well. Aaron Savale is very replacement level. You guys know that I think Aaron Savale and Zach Eflin are basically the same human. Zach Eflin, pitched well yesterday as well. Thank you to him. But that first 5 under pushing really, really killed me yesterday. It was very annoying. But let's talk about Savale's last few starts because they haven't been the best. 5 innings, 3 hits. 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs there against the Red Sox. 4 2/3, 5 hits, 2 earned runs against the White Sox. And then he got bombed against the Mets here. So it's very interesting. He's been touched up. The Blue Jays offense, we know, has been struggling, but could they touch him up here again? Let's talk about the markets. Maybe I should just be on a full game over in this one. 50-50 ticket split, 59% of the bet money, on the Tampa Bay Rays there. So kind of not surprising. The betting people still don't believe in Manoah. Let me get a water here. Gatorade I should say. But So I was saying this opened up at minus 107, and line creeping towards Manoa is very interesting here. It's very slight. Bovada moved at 7 cents basically here. It's at minus 113, opened up at minus 107. Manoa opened up minus 107 at Bet Online, now minus 109. Yeah, I just think he needs to prove it to me, or prove it to me that you can make another good start consecutively here. 95% of the bets, 92% of the money on the over. There's going to be a lot of those spots here today that are very interesting. This under being one of them, because those opened up at 8.5. No juice either way, minus 110. And now we're seeing eights across the board. So it's another one of those things. Like, yeah, I like the under, but in the last few weeks, I've just been crushed on these fucking unders. So I think I'll just stick with betting the Rays here, but I don't know. Let me see what the chat has to say as well. Steven Harrison, yeah, he was a dog when he came out, but he was just terrible last year. Thank you, Al. I do need the electrolytes. I'm going to the comedy show today to see our friend Pavone, so that should be very interesting because you know how that'll go. So we need the electrolytes. Perky, nice to see you as well. I guess I would look good in the raccoon skin hat. That's funny. Justin just realized that he has a Roku, so he's watching that game now. Justin, let me know how that goes for you here. Jay Boogie asking about a Nerfy. I don't hate a Nerfy. I think there are probably better games to bet it in. Maybe this one. But yeah, no, nothing for me here. Bo Jackson, you'll be at this game. It's Junior Jay's day. And the roof is open. Wow. Interesting. Okay. That's very interesting here. And yeah, I will probably just end up on the Tampa Bay Rays here. Maybe a team total. Let me look at that real quick before. But I think I'll end up on the Rays here. JG Funk asking about us capping horses. The horse capping or the horse racing streams happen for those big Triple Crown events. So the next one, I don't know off the top of my head what is the next Triple Crown event. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, JG. But you know, we obviously had the Kentucky Derby, Preakness, and yeah. So the next one, Belmont. I don't know. Whatever the next Triple Crown race is, we'll have another stream that day as well, JG. So shout out to you. Goodness, yes. God, Big Show, this is good. You should ask that. You should ask Dabby this today on Twitter. So is Jack Flaherty a better pitcher than Gallen? I mean, if it comes down to record this year, he's 1-0. I don't know. That's a good question. It's a good question, Big Show, but that's very funny. I wonder what Dabby Cab would say to that. Remind Professor Chris, Big Show, put that in your back pocket for next Saturday, the next time we see Dabby Cab, and we'll ask him about it, and it'll be very funny. All right, Tampa Bay Rays, though, the team total is at 3.5 minus 145, so I can't take that, obviously. So Tampa Bay Rays, money line for me, minus 103 for me. All right. Let's keep it rolling here. I only have one more bet written down, and that's just rebetting the Padres from yesterday. So we'll keep going through this card. There might be a lot of passes here, but hopefully not. Let's see what we can find some good bets here together, guys. Cleveland, Minnesota is our next game here. Chris Paddock, Tanner Bybee, two pretty good pitchers. Again, we've talked about this series feeling very playoffy in the early going, tight series that, neither one of these teams want to lose. So I've considered taking unders in all these games. I considered taking it here again because both these pitchers are solid. Shockingly enough, though, again, 99% of the money, 99% of the bets on the over in this game. And it didn't really make sense to me here. This was opened up at a 7.5, juice to the over, minus 120. It's evened out here as well at minus 110 each way. I'm not going to be on it, but I definitely lean under again here in this situation. And this is one of those days where I'm going to be really monitoring those 99% under spots. And especially if the market moves down. Because, again, if you've watched this program for the whole baseball season so far, you'll know that the first month, 2 months, basically this season, just eating off of those situations. Now, I've been getting crushed, and it's been a lot of bullpen bullshit as well. Dabby Cab saying the offenses are getting right, sure, but it's just been very frustrating spot here. So I'm gonna stay off this game. I lean under, and I'll be watching this game to see how it ends up going, and if the market's being true here. So under here for me would be my look here, and happy birthday to Kevin Garnett here as well. Let's go Celtics. Bo Jackson is what I would say to that. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the Wolves and Nuggets do. I think that game is tonight. I don't know. Obviously, I've only looked at the baseball game, so I don't know what else is going on today. Miami Marlins, New York Metropolitans. We lose Marlins first 5 last night. They win the game. It was a little annoying, obviously, in 10-9 fashion as well. What a drunk game. Sean Manaea versus Six Toes Sanchez. Shout out to Troy Torrance. I saw him tweet out that the Mets are a sharp trap today, and I think he took the Marlins. Something like that. Let me double check here, Troy. Sorry, I'm misquoting Troy already, but shout out to Troy Torrance and his spreadsheet, who has helped me out a ton this year. And yes, Nate, again, here it is, the suck and blow. He took the Mets, excuse me. Yeah, so the Marlins are indeed the sharp trap, and he took the Mets -1 here as well. I think the Mets are pretty cheap here, I will admit as well. But I just do not believe in Six Toes. Six Toes Sanchez has not been, anything to really get excited about this year. He's in the same boat as Soroka for me. I just want him to pitch, get the innings in. It doesn't really matter how you look, just pitch. But his last 2 starts, 4 2/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, none of them earned. Not bad. And then against Oakland, 4 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs. He's getting better as it goes. So I lean Mets here, and Sean Manaea has been solid, but no action here. I just, again, keep watching Six Toes, keep seeing how he progresses, because hopefully he's a good pitcher, and baseball is more fun was more fun when he was rolling. So shout out to him. Market 77% of the bets and 82% of the money on the New York Metropolitans here. Line has moved down, as the sharp trap would indicate. Open up at -140. I'm seeing -137s, -136s around the area. So shout out to Troy. He's on the Mets -1. No action for me. Total. It's another one. It's allegedly 100% of the bets and money on the over. I don't know why action's been like that for the last few days, but whatever. We refreshed here, and I'm seeing 77% of the bets and 82% of the money. That is on the money line again. Excuse me there. Go back to total, and it says, where are you? It still says 100%. So a lot of money on the over in this game. No action for me here. Professor Chris likes the Mets here as well. And that's funny. Morgan Spooner saying a live under spot once Pete Alonso hits a bomb off of Six Toes. So there you go. Be thinking about Morgan Spooner if Pete Alonso hits a home run off of Six Toes Sanchez. All right, Brewers, Astros. I did not fade Justin Verlander, but he did give it up there in the top of the 5th inning last timeout or last night. I wasn't particularly annoyed, but it was interesting. Always watching for Justin Verlander to see how his progression goes, because I do think he's a fade pitcher this year, like I said, but we'll see how the results go. Spencer Arrighetti on the bump here, and boy, oh boy, do we? At what point? Because they're just letting him pitch, and I respect that the Astros are just going to keep throwing him out there. He's coming off of his best start so far against Oakland, sure, but Oakland has been hot at several times. 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs for him. I just don't really trust him still, and I don't want to take him against the Brewers, a much better offense. Colin Ray has just been good this year. There's just no way around that, and has not been backed by me this year, but has been solid. His last 2 appearances were shaky. 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned runs. Still solid, but not great. and 4 and 2/3, 7 hits, 4 runs against the Royals. A bad one. That was coming off of a 6-inning shutout against the Rays. I don't think he's an ace. I don't think he's very dependable, but he was really good at one point. So I probably will stay off and just, if he keeps, tailing off, maybe we'll fade him then. But I just don't trust either of these pitchers. I consider an over here with both these pitchers not being on a trustworthy list. Action on this game, sharps on the Brewers yet again. And it seems like, I don't know why. It seems like a lot of people are sharp money. A lot of big bets are always against the Astros, especially this series. So we'll see. Maybe it's other people believing the Astros are not as good like I do. 25% of the bets and 81% of the money on the Brewers there. That's very surprising money line, but, very interesting nonetheless. Opened up at minus 132, now down to minus 125 at Bet Online, and it opened up at minus 141 at Bovada and is now minus 133 there. So that's sharp money affecting the line. I'd agree with you, Steven. It's probably Brewers or nothing for me here. But I just will stay off here. Nice to see you, Lamont. Good morning to you as well. But yeah, I lean Brewers here. No action for me though. And by the way, someone said, Steven, aren't the Marlins bad against lefties? They're horrific. I think they are. This month they're 26, 65 weighted runs created plus. Full season they're 64 weighted runs created plus, is second to last. So yes, they're very bad there. So let's keep going. Oakland, Kansas City Royals, and I believe, like I said, Troy's fading the Marlins. He's on the Mets -1, so it's a good look. I mean, it makes sense to me, X's and O's wise. Oakland versus Kansas City Royals. They're finally in Oakland, still skidding here. Let me look again. I'm going to refresh the standings page to see at this point how many have they lost in a row, because they've been on quite the slide here. So Oakland has lost 7 in a row now, 1-9 in their last 10. Yeah, it's just been horrible. It's just been horrible for Oakland. And they've had some bad pitchers. So Joey Sears is probably the best pitcher they've had in this stretch. The issue is that the Royals are, the Royals have been really good. And I go back and forth between thinking they're for real or not. But they're a game and a half back of the Guardians, who, again, they're playing a big series against the Twins here. But this is they need these wins, these Royals. So I stayed off this game initially as well. Market in this game, we're talking Royals here. 96% of the money and 90% of the bets are on them here. Opened up at minus 170. It hasn't really moved much. If anything, it's gone down here as well. So minus 167 at some places, opening up at minus 177. At Bovada is now minus 172. So it's interesting. It's dropping. Totals here, everyone on the over, 98% of the bets and money on the over. And this total has not moved. Actually, no, I lied. It was 8.5 juice to the over, and it went up to a 9. So all that money finally coming to use there and went up for this total. So I'll stay off this game. I probably think this is an over based off that. But no action for me here. 98 and 98% is not typically where I want to reside here. Any action from you guys in the chat here? Rocco saying Oakland easily could not hit Singer. This line's way too big on Singer. I'm probably taking Oakland here is a bit much. Yeah, I mean, I could see that. A's K's over 4 for Sears. Lamont, unfortunately, I'm not very good at K props here, but I can tell you against lefties that this month specifically, Oakland has the 6th highest K rate against lefties this month. 83 weighted runs created plus against them. I don't know why I'm giving you lefties. The Brady Singer's a righty. Excuse me. Sure, I should look at righties here. Their K rate against righties is 9th worst. 122 weighted runs created plus, though. And again, we have to remember that is buoyed a lot by their 20-run performance against the Marlins. So I probably lean over A's are pass, but it's pass on both sides here for me. Pittsburgh, Chicago, a series that has just killed me in the last few days, and I wanted to stay off this entirely now. I've been betting unders in it, and all these games have gone over. I bet the Cubs, the Pirates win. It's just a frustrating series for me. Mitch Keller on the bump, but at least we have this. At least we could just enjoy the beauty of Mitch Keller here. Now, shout out to Mitch Keller, who I've gone back and forth on him as well, but his last two starts, he's finally found his form. It seems like early season struggles has turned into 8 hits, no earned runs, 7 Ks, no walks against Milwaukee, and that was coming off of a 9-inning performance, 5 hits, 1 earned run, and a home run against Los Angeles Angels there. So shout out to Mitch Keller against Tyone, who I know is coming off of his first stinker of the year. He came off the IL firing. I was pretty surprised by that to see how well he was doing. And then finally hit the shits here against the Atlanta Braves, a team, kind of worthy of hitting the shits, I guess, there. But 4 innings, 7 hits, 7 runs, only 2 of them earned, coming off of a 6-inning shutout performance against the Milwaukee Brewers here. It's Cubs or nothing for me here. But again, I've just been killed on this series. Money, 78% of the bets, 71% of the money on the Cubbies here. Line opening up at minus 125 and has dipped a little bit. It's very interesting. So it seems like the Pirates might be live. 99 and 99% spots on the over in this game, and it seemingly has gone down. It was juiced minus 115 to 7.5, and it's now minus 120, 124, and even Air Heritage is showing a 7 there. So no action for me on that game as well, but I lean. The market is saying the Pirates are due, and this is an under game. So, or I don't know if due is the right word, but the market likes the Pirates here today and the under. So I want nothing to do with it. I'll stay off, and maybe it'll be an interesting game nonetheless. All right, let's go to our next game here. Los Angeles Angels, Texas Rangers. Our lone victory yesterday was a first 5 win, and a sweaty one at that. It was 1-0. Shout out to Patrick Sandoval for finally coming through for us one time. That was nice. I appreciated that. It would have been really ugly if he didn't. But Soriano, a guy we've talked about at several points in this year. I think he's a bet-on pitcher, like Jimmy says. He's the hardest throwing starting pitcher in the league, which is crazy to think about. He's on the Angels, and I was like, where the fuck has this guy been when Ohtani was there, which is funny. 79% of the bets, 64% of the money on the Rangers here. This line opened up at minus 150 and is basically stayed there. It went down at one point to minus 148, but just kept going back up. At Bet Online, Bovada has a minus 158 opener, and it's gone up to minus 163. I don't know if this is a team that Soriano will be pitching well against, just because of how good the Rangers bats can be. They have not been this year, but they definitely can be good, especially with high velocity. I'm sure they crush. 98% of the bets on the over in this game. Again, this is just a stretch. These few games here, just back to back to back, all with all the money on the over in this game. Juiced 8.5, minus 125 to start off, now minus 115 to the over here as well. So not enough conviction on either side. I lean Rangers, like team total or something like that, because I think this might be a tough day for Soriano, but Soriano, a bet on pitcher in most occasions here. So shout out to BJ in here as well. Nuggets money line to minus 4.5. Shout out to you, BJ. And yes, thank you for being here, getting in here. Appreciate you guys. If you're late, that's on me. I started the show a little early today, and it'll only be today kind of thing. So thank you guys for who have come in. And if you're coming in late, shout out to you. Thanks for thinking of putting us on here on a Sunday morning. Appreciate it. Thank you guys. And BJ, I'll make that note. Nuggies for BJ here. All right, and it's gonna be a fun game. I'm actually going to be tuned into that game, so can't wait. All right, next game, Colorado, San Francisco here has been a pretty easy pass for me of the whole series. It's another one here, minus 192. It's a little expensive, a little, I should say, a lot expensive for the Giants. Jordan Hicks, again, we've talked about him. He's been very impressive this year coming out from his bullpen role, but I think as the year comes on and gets older, it will get a little rougher for Hicksy here. 5 innings, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, and then start against the Dodgers, impressive. He faced the Rockies a start previous to that. 5 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned runs in Coors. So I'm expecting a good outing from him today. But do we trust Dakota Hudson to do anything for us? I do not. His last appearance, and I'll tell you about his Giants one as well. 5 2/3, 3 hits, 3 earned runs on 2 home runs against the Padres. Not bad, honestly. And then he went against the Giants, like we mentioned, 3 2/3, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 Ks, 5 walks that day. So he'll pitch better than that. I think the command has to be there, but not enough for me to back either squad here. I don't like an under, and I don't trust either team to hit an over here. Market, again, for those who care, 93% of the bets, 99% of the money on Los Gigantes here. And the line has gone up, minus 175 up to minus 192, minus 202 there. It's other places, so nothing for me. Maybe cash cow adjacent. 99% of the money and bets are on the over in this game as well, unsurprisingly. This started at an 8 juice to the under, minus 120 at Bet Online, and we're seeing 7.5s there now. And Bovada had this opening up at an 8 minus 115. We're seeing 8.5s, 7.5s here as well. So lean under in this game, just based off that movement. Again, I'll have my eyes interested in that one just to see how that one goes total wise, just to see if I would have taken the under, what would it have done, but no action for me there. And there was another one that I needed to write down as well to look at the over, and I've already forgotten. I think it might have been Oakland, Kansas City. So I will watch that game as well, thinking about what if I would have bet the over in that game, because unfortunately for me, I have not earned the right to have big cards anymore. All right. And the Rockies are, it's funny. The Rockies are coming off of sweep. It's only right. They get swept here. All right. So let's keep moving here. Perky on the O's money line, laying the juice there. Reds Dodgers, I didn't have a line for. I had the pitchers. I thought it was supposed to be Hunter Green and Yamamoto here, but I didn't have a line for whatever reason. So I guess we can make this one quick here, but let me give a refresh here and see what odds, if any, we're getting on this game. Still nothing. Okay. Well, obviously, one of these pitchers is seemingly out. Not sure. No line. You could say Hunter Green has value here today, but those high velocity fastballs against the Dodgers, I don't think are going to work. Professor Chris saw like minus 170. That makes sense. And Rocco saying it's either Yamamoto or Landon Knack. Either way, he'll probably be on the Dodgers. Well, I mean, for betting purposes, I hope it's Landon Knack, so it could be bettable for you Dodgers backers. But yeah, no action for me here. We'll keep that short and brief. Dodgers or nothing. But yeah, I'm not gonna waste my time on this one, unfortunately, guys. Detroit, Arizona. Matt Manning, one of my guys this year, back on the bump. I kind of wanted to back him here, but it's very interesting. I don't know. Big Show was in here earlier. I'm sure he saw this as well. Torey Lovello and Jack Flaherty were talking shit to each other across the dugouts as well. So maybe we'll see some a little fiery baseball game here as well, more entertaining than usual. Montgomery on the bump, and his first 2 starts were good, and then he hit the shit here as well. So I'll tell you guys his last few starts here as well for his game log. Let's bring that up. 5 innings, 5 1/3, 7 hits, 3 earned runs against Cincinnati, and he went back-to-back against Cincinnati as well. So he pitched well, 5 1/3, like we mentioned there. And then in his first start, he went 7 innings, 7 hits, 2 earned runs there. So very similar starts in a back-to-back. Kind of rare. Got crushed against the Dodgers in 3 innings, 6 hits, 6 earned runs. But has pitched pretty decently, honestly, throughout the year. Detroit against lefties. We're going to keep this up to date here. Let me refresh one of my full season site here. All right. So Detroit against lefties this year, 25th, 78 weighted runs created plus. And this month specifically, Detroit is way down there, 57 weighted runs created plus and 192 plate appearances as well. So they have struggled against lefties here, and it's not giving me enough confidence to back that, obviously. 78% of the bets, 74% of the money on the Diamondbacks here, and the line has moved in their direction. Let me see here. Excuse me. This opened up at minus 147 at Bovada. It only has moved up a cent, which is kind of surprising. That was Bet Online. Bovada opened this at minus 150, now up to minus 160. So, unfortunately, the market not giving us much there. Totals wise, 91% of the bets and money are on the over. This total is juiced to the over now. It was minus 115 to the under, now minus 120 to the over. Makes sense. But yeah, I'm not going to move on it. I lean Montgomery here, but it'd be juiced for me to try to take it. So, yeah, thank you for all this said bless me. I'm sure you guys said bless you out there. But yeah, under probably not feasible for me in this game. Montgomery lean that way, but nothing for me here. All right, let's go to our last game, and it got rained out yesterday, so I will probably be on it again here. I just need to obviously look at the market and see all that shit again. But I was on Padres first 5 yesterday. This game got postponed. Same pitchers today. I'll be on the first 5 here. Thank you, Justin. But let's talk about the market here. I don't want to recap the whole breakdown from yesterday. 80% of the bets and money are on, or I should say 80% of the bets and 89% of the bets and money are on the Braves here. And this opened up at minus 120, down to minus 118. The first 5 lines specifically we'll talk about here opened up at minus 105, and it's not moved. It's not moved today. Very interesting. Minus 108 at Bookmaker. Okay. Well, actually, at Bookmaker, this opened up at minus 124 Atlanta, now down to minus 112. So that's a good sign there. Bovada opening up this first 5 at minus 120 for Atlanta. It's still there. And Bet Online the same at minus 115. A little more movement, though, with Bet Online. But, gosh, this is such a tough game here. Luis Ariz stacks play of the day, plus money there. Shout out to you, Justin. And everyone knows I love Luis Ariz. So he's solid. Do I want to back the Padres here, though? That is the real question. Again, people in the chat, let me know what you guys think. And yes, Steven, I would think there would be at least a little bit of money and bets on the Padres in this game here. I think the Padres are live again. Let me know what you guys think in the chat, obviously. But Padres, for me here, first 5. But it's tough. It's tough. Let's recap our action here, and let's go over and finalize some bets, because this is the most important part of the show, obviously, for me, figuring out what I'm going to bet officially. And it's been tough. Like we've mentioned, this is a players only meeting here. I appreciate the 205 players in this meeting right now, especially early in here. So thank you guys as always. But let's get this action in, because we need to fucking have a day here. It's a must win day for me here. All right. I would like to go look back at the Seattle Baltimore total market, because I told you guys that was probably the spot I felt the worst about today, and that I was moving on, and we'll see if I still want to move on it. It still has 98% of the bets and money on the over. I just don't understand how people are betting the over in this game with two elite pitchers like this on the bump. No one believes that they can dominate here. This is, like I said, it was juiced at 7.5, but it has gone that way. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna move on the under. Here are my official plays here, and that was the only one that I was kind of back and forth on. I need to get a line for Padres first 5 here, so I'll get that as well. But my official plays here: Red Sox Cardinals under 8.5 -120. A little Peacock, aka Roku, now under to start the day. Think that the Red Sox struggle against lefties, et cetera, et cetera. Seattle Baltimore under 7 -105. Chicago White Sox money line plus 270 is minus 300 fade. Tampa Bay money line minus 103 to tell Alek Manoah to prove it to me that he can be a consistently good pitcher in this league. And I am going to be on the San Diego Padres first 5 here, minus 110 for me there. All right. And by the way, I had a lean towards the under in the Colorado San Francisco game, lean under, and the over in Oakland, Kansas City, lean over. Andrew G, I am concerned because this is big shit here. This is Sundays are my in and out days, or I should say Mondays are. So Sunday's the last day of the week for me, and I got crushed this week. I'm down $600 in the last 2 weeks. So it's been really fucking brutal, and I need to have a good week next week, and it starts hopefully here today. So I appreciate all you guys that tuned in today for a solo show. I know it's a little early, and I know it might have been a little rushed, so I apologize for that. But we need to have a fucking big day here today. We need to have it at some point. So thank you guys for sticking with me. And like I said, if this shit continues, then I'll just pull an old Jimmy the Bag, and I'll just disappear, and you guys won't ever see me again. I won't ever cap baseball again, and I'll just be gone, homeless on the side of the street somewhere, begging for coins and shekels. So thank you guys. As always, BJ, Nuggets tonight. Good luck, my guy. I nuke. I do. Apparently, I do need to ask Helga for a loan. Maybe my guy Barry Smith can hook me up with a loan. Barry, wherever you are, hook me up with that loan that I apparently gave to you once upon a time. Justin said he'll find me if I start doing shows. Justin, what was our stake bet? I know we're even stake bet now. I forgot what I lost or which stake bet I lost because I've just been in a pit of despair recently when it's come to this shit. So let me know. Fernando, Kelly, thank you, my guy. Bo Jackson, Andrew G, Steven, Timothy Hake. Appreciate you guys. If you guys aren't a member, become a member. Lamont, nice to see you. It's nice to see all the green in the chat, though. If you're not a member, become a member. $9.99. It was the Giants, huh? Fuck. But become a member, $9.99 a month for gold. You guys get entered into the gold member races, which I know a lot of you guys enjoy. It's a lot of fun here. Thursdays and Fridays now on Pub Sports Radio. $50 every week to the winner. And this Thursday, it's going to be $100 because of Jeff Slaughter winning, I believe. So I cannot wait about that. So thank you guys as always. One last shout out. Justin, Morgan, Steven, Lucky Lefty, Professor Chris, Kelly, Nuke, BJ, Fernando, Bo, all you guys. Thank you guys for joining us. Markel, Philly Eagle Flyer, Rocco, Nasty Nate in the fucking building. Shout out to you, Nate. Thank you for tuning in as always. Hopefully we can see each other very soon. Can't wait. And Chris, shout out to you, Chris. I hope the Braves win full game, just not first 5. Just throw me that bone, Chris. Just let me have it. Let me have that first 5. Man. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow on the sesh, bright and early, 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern on the sesh. I'll be on around, it's 11:30 Central, so around 12:30 Eastern. So catch me there. And of course, last call with Mikey. Excuse me, Jesus. Falling apart here in the last few seconds of the show. My God. Pull it together, Jose. But yeah, Mikey Money tomorrow, last call. Watch him as well. We can't wait to hook up with those guys. It's always fun capping with them as well. But love capping with you guys. I'm That Heat. Thank you. Say hey. See you guys next time.